How does group identity define me? How am I to explore what I am through the use of groups? I am a male, white person that is heterosexual, or maybe asexual, or maybe demisexual. Each of these groups provides you certain opportunities to develop your social relationships. I used to be Christian and seek other Christians to speak to, but now I am not Christian, nor do I want to speak to Christians. I always thought it would be a lot easier being a girl in this life because you could make films and you would get a lot more attention for doing so than a male making films. So I always thought that I would be more blessed as a filmmaker if I was a woman. Would being a woman attract both males and females? Does being a man attract more males than females? Most of my audience is male. Do I naturally identify with a group in which my character traits align? Or to some extent, do I have the capability to choose the groups I belong to? Or are they just inherited? I am a philosopher, yet I have no philosopher friends, and I have been unable to find philosopher friends. I am a male, and I don't have any male or female friends. I am asexual, and I don't know anybody who's asexual. Does being born in America make me American? Does migrating to Australia to live make me Australian? Should I feel proud in my groups? Should I feel proud that I'm a male, or that I'm asexual, or that I'm American, or that I'm Australian? Should these groups stir up any emotions in me? Does being a part of groups give me any sort of group identity and assist me in any way in life? I'm unemployed. I'm a pensioner. I'm schizophrenic. How do these labels guide and direct me in life? Do these labels help me find what I seek in life? Do they assist me in the search for companionship? Also, how far back should we go? Should I claim my Scottish and German heritage? What about my Native American heritage? Can I claim that as well? Can we compartmentalize people by the groups that they belong to? Can we use groups to get closer to what we are looking for? Would it matter if I was looking for other asexual people or other white people or other Australians or anything like that? Like, would any of that affect my life if I was to pursue social relationships within groups? I'm at loss for how these group identities actually assist us in our self-development. but it's human nature. When we describe others, we cling on to these group identities and use them as descriptions for their physical and mental traits. How would you describe me? Would you use group identities to describe who I am as a person? Please do tell me in the comments how you would describe me. Groups so often fall into the trap where they feel superior to other groups. So they feel like they have some secret information or some better perspective that other groups don't have. For example, religion. Please do like the video. It really helps the AI algorithm determine what videos to recommend to people, so please do like it. I would really appreciate if you like my video. Groups are necessary to filter out what you don't want. For example, I'm not looking for a male to be my romantic partner. I'm only looking for a female. So I have to use groups to find the person that I am looking for. I'm looking for other YouTube content creators that are good. I can't seem to find any good YouTube content creators, and it makes me sad. And that's another group, YouTube content creators. Without using groups, our language kind of breaks down as well. Another group would be language and shared languages. And I don't want to communicate to those who don't speak English. So I don't go around searching for those who don't speak English. Artificial intelligence is closing the gap between languages because it can now dub people's voices and mouths with another language. So I can speak in English and then it be translated to any language through the use of artificial intelligence. And I think that's a really cool milestone in human history, to be able to communicate with everybody without needing to know their language. I've seen it and it's amazing. Like, they speak the language and the lips move to the language that they're speaking to, and it's just an option to change the language in the settings. It's really cool. It hasn't been implemented into YouTube yet, but they are planning for it. So this will open up content creators of all languages to all popular languages to speaking with everybody through their content. And I think that's a really cool development in the history of humanity. With this technology, I could have subscribers from anywhere and there would be no language barrier. We also develop groups with the technology and applications that we use because we have a shared sense of community. I don't think we can really avoid using groups to find what we're looking for. Groups kind of direct everything, including advertising, because like being single is also a group, and there's marketing materials that you can use for single people that you can't use for partnered people. You have some groups that you choose to be a part of, and you have some groups that you are inherently a part of just because of who you are. Some groups are marginalized and oppressed by society. Groups are just categories for us to analyze things. They shape our identities. and how we see and interact with the world. Sophia wants you to subscribe. She says, subscribe, subscribe. Group identity feels a lot like it both oppresses and frees. It's just using categories to understand the world. But the world isn't as simple as categories. Things are much more complex. Am I a good person or a bad person? I try my best to be a good person. That is a group identity. Group identity is a strange phenomenon and really complex. Do join our Discord server. Just look at my past videos and check out the video that's called My Discord Server. That is a group that I'm trying to form. Group identity is just so tightly wound with social relationships. Can group identity help me find friends? Should we pride ourselves by the groups we are in, or should they just be personality traits of our overall character? Groups make us aware of what we are talking about. If religion is involved, then I stay out of it. I don't go out my way to be friends with trans people. To some extent, groups are useful. What am I talking about? Not to some extent. Groups are really, really useful, and they can help guide and direct us. But we must be careful of using them to identify people, because people are people independent of the groups in which they're involved in. Should my identity be based more off of my values than the groups I'm involved with? I care about life and its choices, or I'm a philosopher. Which one tells a more accurate story? They're both pretty much the same thing. How does group identity help us, and how does it hurt us? Do tell me your perspective in the comments. I really appreciate you watching. All the best. Until next time. This is Wendell and Sophia signing off.